yellow. There's a lot today. Let's go down the bunny notepad here. Let's get through this. A lot of things happened. First of all, the most notable thing most likely would be Xbox, May 7th. The stream is happening. Xbox tweets, you want to see games for the Xbox Series X? We want to show you the games for the Xbox Series X. Check out the first look next-gen gameplay from our global developer partners inside Xbox on Thursday, May 7th at 8 a.m. Pacific time. Well, something next-gen is finally happening, Xbox. Finally coming through with the games, and I want to announce on here on my YouTube, I want to be doing a live stream. I want to watch this with you guys. I know I mostly cover PlayStation stuff, but this is next-gen. Anything next-gen, it's interesting to know about and see. To get a little glimpse at where we might be going, you know? Be on the lookout for that. They also say here, no, the Xbox Game Studio teams are hard at work on some big summer plans. More details very soon. They didn't say very, just soon. The Verge reports on this saying we'll likely see more of Xbox's own Xbox Series X game plans in June, around the time E3 was supposed to be held. Speaking real quick of E3, this report comes from VentureBeat, who I suppose typically doesn't necessarily report on games, so this is highly, I would believe this pretty well, although note that Nintendo has not confirmed this. They say no Nintendo Direct plans for June due to the work from home hurdles. So yeah, Nintendo, ever since 2013, has held some kind of event direct during E3. This year, it's apparently not going to happen again. This is not confirmed, but this is a pretty reliable source, I would say. I wouldn't expect anything in June. Again, not confirmed, but it would probably be soon after, if not in June, apparently. Going back to the Xbox news, though, here, Jason Schreier used to work at Kotaku, is now moving on to Bloomberg. He quoted the Xbox news and saying, "It begins." Somebody asked, "What about Sony?" He says, "Few more weeks, I believe." Jason is known to always have the inside scoop as a very reliable source. He's a news reporter. He has a lot of the inside knowledge. He knows a lot of people on the inside. A few more weeks. I want to make a couple corrections on the last video that I made about the PlayStation Official Magazine and a game event happening in May. So apparently, that whole magazine thing was total crap. They were just trying to get clicks. Even the Horizon Zero Dawn thing, it says the exciting, unexpected sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn. They were like, oh yeah, actually, that's not about the next game. It's just a comic book thing. Sorry, that was confusing. No idea people would be confused by that. Right. Also stating that the teaser for PS5 games in their June 2nd July issue would have nothing to do with any kind of event that Sony had planned. I guess that means they're just talking about games that are going to be on PS5, like Godfall, I guess, and any other third-party game that's going to get announced, like Assassin's Creed just got announced. We'll talk about that in a minute. I'm going to leave the video up, though, as the source is wrong. The report is still kind of there. I've been seeing June 4th be tossed around a lot. It's another Thursday, so that might not be exactly May, but the time frame it's still pretty much there. I also changed the title of that video in the description and the pinned comment, so it all is updated information on there. Anyway, Sony Games event happening very soon, regardless it's in May, June 4th, some other time in June. It's happening very soon. It's coming. It can't wait much longer. Both the next-gen consoles are still supposedly coming out holiday 2020. They say Corona is not going to affect that, though really, I'd say it's so far away they can't really tell. But who really knows? It's probably going to be fine. Again, of course, subscribe, hit the bell, because I want to do a live stream for that one. I've been talking about that for months. We want to be there for the PS5 game announcements, because, we love Ratchet and Clank here. We want that Ratchet and Clank announcement to happen, and it likely will, but don't get your hopes up. But either way, it'll be a great time. Please join me for that. I would love to. We have so much fun streaming. It's so much fun. I love it. Moving on, however, Assassin's Creed Valhalla got announced, I guess yesterday, really, but the trailer dropped today, and oh my god, it looks... I don't really care for the Assassin's Creed games. I played Black Flag on PS4, because that was, like, the only game you could get on PS4. Honestly, I might be the same way with Valhalla. It's, PS5, it might be one of the first games on there. I might just get it. I don't like playing all the Assassin's Creed games, but I'll play, the good ones here and there. This definitely looks like it might be a good one. However, I've grown so numb to seeing these cinematic trailers. They affect me like, oh wow, that's really cool, but this shows me nothing about the actual game, so I don't really have an opinion towards the game. I just think the trailer is cool, but I have no opinion on the game because it shows me nothing about the game, really. That's how I've always felt about these cinematic trailers, at least, in the past few years. However, it does look really cool. It looks really on par with the Hellblade sequel that was announced when the Xbox Series X was announced. It looks like that level of good, I would say. If it's not, if it's a little worse, I really can't tell. Another thing to note about that though, this is a third-party game. Ubisoft, how do you say it? They're very typical to release immediately on next gen, but they also still release on the older gen. This is available. This is going to be available on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X. So it's still going to be, I guess, bottlenecked by the current gen. It's not going to fully utilize like the SSD of these next gen consoles because it has to still be able to run on like current gen hardware. So I would really just expect a really high technical graphical bump on the next gen consoles, but as for like the actual everything else about it, like loading, I don't know. You know Mystic Ryan on YouTube? Shout out to another much bigger YouTuber than me. He just uploaded a fantastic video that really explains really well why the SSDs on the next gen are going to make a big difference. So I highly suggest watching that, honestly. Go check it out. IGN reports on Assassin's Creed Valhalla saying the open world 9th century England of Norway will feature common activities like hunting, drinking games, and fishing, but most importantly, rap battles. Epic rap battles of history, the game. Moving on to the final story here. I was a little iffy on talking about this. My girlfriend, surprisingly, actually sent this to me. I didn't even know about this. Having to do with The Last of Us 2. So yeah, huge game leaks came out from that. Really unfortunate. So be wary of any Last of Us 2 news out there, seeing anything on the internet. But this Redditor explains why these leaks happened, and it's, well, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but essentially the way this works is that employees tend to get undercut their pay during production, and then like 6 months after the game ships, they get a huge bonus. The better the game sells, the better the bonus. Due to COVID-19, the game got delayed indefinitely, and these employees have been asking to get their pay in advance, and they have been refused that pay. So out of spite, an employee leaked all this stuff. Apparently, allegedly. And again, apparently, allegedly, Neil Druckmann asked for and received their bonus pay early, which just further pissed off everybody else. Somebody asked how verifiable is this though, and somebody replied with this deleted tweet from Jonathan Cooper. When I left Naughty Dog late last year, they threatened to withhold my final paycheck until I signed additional paperwork stating I wouldn't share their production practices. They finally relented when I assured them that was most likely illegal. I can't confirm how true any of this is. It might all be BS, but I'm just putting it out there. Take from it what you will. But big yikes if true. I still want to play it though. I mean, come on, it's like telling me not to go see Endgame. But yeah, I want to play that here on the channel. Maybe on Twitch, and then we'll upload it to YouTube later. Follow me on Twitch. Twitch link below. Anyways, I say that just about does it. Xbox May 7th, we're streaming that here on our YouTube channel when that happens. Sony is happening in a few weeks after, apparently. Nintendo has nothing planned in June. Assassin's Creed Valhalla looks amazing, but it's also going to be on current gen, so Last of Us Part 2 has a big yikes. That's our news for today. Apparently I'm a news channel now. Subscribe for more gaming news, PlayStation, everything. I try my best to not be biased towards either console or whatever. I just prefer to play on PlayStation, and that's as far as it goes. I am very interested in Xbox and Nintendo and everything. But yeah. And real quick again, the Ultimate Ratchet & Clank playthrough I'm working on, coming very soon. I'm almost done with the first game. You'll see that in a couple days. Subscribe for more gaming news, PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, Ratchet & Clank, Sly Cooper, Jack and Daxter. We love all that stuff. Crash, Spyro. Sure. More on all that in the near distant future. Thank you all so much for your time. Love you all. I'll see you soon. Peace.